So if you are starting your energy healing journey, your self-energy healing journey, there are 5 things that you need to know. And most people are not going to tell you them for the simple reason is that they don't know them themselves. So let's get into it. So first up, this is a fear that I see coming up all the time. And that is the fear of, what if I do it wrong? And the first thing you need to know is that you absolutely cannot do it wrong. There are so many opinions out there on the wide internet, and so much of it is projection, it's fear-mongering, it's gatekeeping. None of this matters. None of what is spoken about on the internet for so much of the time actually matters. What matters is you learning how to do this and getting in real connection with yourself, you leaning into your own intuition, to your own heart connectedness, and running things through your own energy. It's about tuning your discernment. It's about practicing. It's about learning from knowledgeable and experienced teachers. And it's also about not allowing other people to project their beliefs onto you. When you are learning this, it's about listening and discerning and deciding, how does this feel to me? How does this sit within my body? How does this sit within my energy? How does this fit or challenge what I already believe that I know? When you are doing energy work on yourself, when you're becoming your own energy healer, you are allowed to try things out. You are allowed to experiment. You are allowed to do things differently to the way you've been shown, if that's what feels good to you. Nothing is going to happen if you do it wrong. And this one was a really big one for me when I first started out. As an intuitive coach and psychic energy practitioner, I've been doing energy work for over a decade. But for the first few years, I outsourced so much of my own power, the external, to what other people were saying, to having to fit other people's narratives, to having to strictly follow other people's regimes, because I had a fear of doing it wrong. And along with a whole bunch of other beliefs that I was holding on to, which leads me straight into point number 2. The second thing you need to know when you are learning energy healing, when you are learning to become your own energy healer, is that the subconscious beliefs that you hold within your body, within your energy, are going to affect how this works for you. Just like how what we're holding beneath the surface affects every other aspect of our lives, it's the same when it comes to energy work. The imprints that you're holding, the stories, the narratives, the beliefs, the energies that you are holding within your body, within your energetic field, all affect what happen in your sessions and how powerful they are. They affect what psychic messages you receive or don't, and they affect what you feel of the experience. Now, the energy is always there, but what you experience of it is what changes. What you can learn from it, what you allow to flow through you during the sessions is what changes. And all these things are affected by these imprints that are being held. This is why my clients are working on learning energy healing, and we are alchemizing those imprints at the same time. Because when we alchemize these imprints, we get to access more of your potential. And the third thing that anybody learning energy healing needs to know is that you can incorporate energy work into everything. It is far, far beyond just the hands-on healing sessions that you are doing with yourself, that you're practicing. It's how you make your coffee. It's how you cuddle your dog. It's how you shower. It's weaved into every single part of your life. It's infusing it into your day. And it's also about becoming very, very aware of exactly how different things impact your energy. Where are you nourishing your energy? Where are you cultivating your energy? Do you know what drains your energy? Do you know how to stop it draining your energy? How do you replenish your energy after you've been somewhere or you've done something or whatever that has drained your energy? Now, I am not one of those energy healing teachers who says that you must only ever do high vibe things and cut out anything that is slightly low frequency out of your lives, because I just don't believe that that is what we're here for. We are here to experience what this earth has to offer. We are here to play in this. We're here to play. And in some of the experiences, yes, they do deplete our energy. And so when we do this intentionally, when we know what we are doing with it, it's fine, because we know how to restore our energy. We know how to clear our energy and cleanse our energy. We know how to cultivate and nourish it. And so it's really about learning to sort of dance with your energetic patterns and sort of know what the effect is going to be and how you can handle it, and just ride the waves through with it. And I always compare it to the example of, you would not miss a great night out with friends going and having something lovely to eat, maybe going out and dancing, you know, wherever you're going, whatever you're doing, you're not going to miss having a late night out with friends just because you actually need more sleep than what is going to give you that night. You are going to adjust your schedule over the next day or so, next few days, to allow for that to happen. You're going to make sure you're eating well before. You're going to make sure that you get a little bit of a lie-in the next day if you can. And so that's what it's about with your energy as well. When we do things that are slightly depleting for our energy, we can always move on and bring that back up. So it's not about being high vibe all the time. That is something that I'm so not here for. So an example of this is if you really wanted to have a little scroll on social media or watch some trash TV, that is absolutely fine. Yes, on the surface, it's not going to do a great deal for your energy and it's probably going to bring your frequency down. But you can absolutely do this. You're going to create your emotional and communicative boundaries with yourself. You know, decide how long you're going to do it for. Create a container for yourself, maybe an alarm, or knowing that at whatever time it is, you're going to stop doing that. You're going to activate your energy first. And also, as you're doing it, you're going to be really mindful. So you're going to see the post and you think, each post you see, you're going to say, what is this post doing with my energy? Does it need removing from my feed? And you can really have an intentional relationship that is not necessarily good for our energy. It's about becoming really aware of your energetic state before and then after. What has it done to your energy? How has it changed it? In what way? Do you need to cleanse and ground and move your body afterwards? Clear the energy. And this in itself is all energy work as well. Like I said before, the energy work is not just the hands-on healing sessions. It's about energetic acumen in the day-to-day moments, in every single thing that we're doing. What is this doing to my energy? How is it affecting it? And what do I need to do to sort of mitigate any ill effects of what I might have just done or what I might be planning to do? Because overall, yes, we do want to be creating higher energetic frequency, freeing up that resistance, getting that free-flowing, juicy energy to bring in our manifestations, to create this Rebel Empress life for ourselves. But it does not mean we have to just live like a monk and not experience all that we came here to experience. We do not have to live in this monk-like state because we are here to experience the earth, to experience all of that deliciousness, all of that fun, all of that juice, and doing so in a way that overall uplifts our frequency. Because, point number 4, energy work makes your manifestations happen. Imprint alchemy is what you have to do if you are gonna reach the goals that are currently out of reach. Currently out of reach. We all set goals that our current, present, right of this minute self is not capable of achieving, because if it was, then we would have achieved it by now and it wouldn't be a goal. And the reason that these goals that we set for ourselves are at this moment out of reach are because we have imprints running, we have narratives, we have stories, we have beliefs, we have all these things going on. And in this process, we get to change them. We get to alchemize them and shift that energy out of our auric field, free up that energy so we can use it in a way that is beneficial for us and move us closer to that desired state. The reason that those goals are currently out of reach is because those imprints are actively stopping you achieving them right now. And imprint alchemy requires you to do the work on all 4 levels of the conscious, the subconscious, the energy, and the body. And this is how we create lasting change. There are absolutely loads of ways of doing imprint alchemy, and so many different methods and modalities to change beliefs, to change narratives, but you have to hit all 4 layers and you have to trigger certain processes within the brain and body to do this. And so many modalities miss one of these 4. They miss one of the layers, and that layer is often the energy work. And the ones that do include energy work often miss one of the other layers, which is why being able to do this in an integrated way that takes account of every single one of these layers, like I teach in spiritual self-coaching, is so important. And number 5 is remembering that this is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be exciting. We are supposed to be enjoying ourselves when we are doing energy work. There is so much stuff out there that is so somber and so, I'm just going to say it, dull. Really dull. Energy work is supposed to be bringing that juice. It's supposed to be unleashing all these things within you. It's supposed to be about experiencing. It's supposed to be about joy. And it is very sacred, but sacred does not equal serious. And you will see the 2 of these get so confused online that sacred has to be just sat in silence. Something can be sacred and it can be very, very expressive. There can be a lot of movement, there can be fun, there can be laughter, there can be joy, there can be sensuality, and it is still sacred. It does not have to be dull, it does not have to be boring, you don't have to sit in silence to do this. Because playfulness is absolutely essential in learning energy work. Going back to point one, you can't do it wrong. When you're playing and you're joyously experiencing this, that amplifies that point entirely. You can't do this wrong. You are allowed to laugh. You are allowed to experiment. You are allowed to make mistakes and then laugh at yourself about them. That is all what it's about. This is about experiencing, it's about growth, it's about expansion. And we can't do that if we're just taking ourselves so seriously, sat here like we've got a rod up our ass. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube. We can't do that if we're taking ourselves so seriously. And I actually think that this is a bigger problem than what we realise, because energy work in a lot of the traditional modalities is treated as though we are not already enough. We have to become something else to be able, to be allowed, to be good enough to practice energy work. As though we have to be given something by somebody else. We have to be told that we're worthy enough. We have to make ourselves worthy enough to receive this energy healing. And I think that this systemic unworthiness is a result of hierarchical systems where you have to be attuned by somebody who is higher up than you, somebody who is better than you. That is essentially what they're saying. That to be worthy of experiencing this energy work, to be worthy of receiving it, that you have to undergo a change, that you have to change and be different from who you naturally are, that you have to be altered in some way, attuned by another person who is higher up the human hierarchy. When in actuality, in truth, every single person is born with this innate power within us, with this right to access energy work within us. It is in our bones, it is in our DNA. We are born worthy, we are born capable, we are born with access. And it is only the layers that society puts on us that says, you are not good enough to do this. Who do you think you are to do this? You must not. You must go through somebody else. Blah, blah, freaking blah, is what makes us believe that we are not worthy enough just as we are to receive this and to do this. It is our birthright to access it, and we all have access to it. The things that are holding us apart from it are the imprints that we are holding, the imprints that we have been given against our will. We are given our imprints by society, by peers, by schools, by religions, by our family members because they didn't know any better, because they too were given all these from their structures, from their parents, and it's just passed on. We did not decide to hold ourselves apart from this energy work as babies. And it's what we experienced since then that has closed that down. Accessing energy in your own unique way, through your own unique frequency, is the rebellion. It's something that with this and with these spiritual self-coaching tools cannot be kept from us any longer. So the more fun, the more essence, the more joy, the more sensuality that you can bring to your practice, breaking down these structures, breaking down these hierarchical structures, that is what we're here for. And also on the theme of fun and playfulness, spirit has the most incredible sense of humour when you are receptive to it. Massively, so much more than we know. The more we open up to it, the more of this humour, the more of this joy, the more of this love we will experience. The amount of hilarious, like I'm talking hilarious synchronicities that spirit shows that I experience when I just laugh out loud and I just have to say, well played. You got me that time. Well played. The amount of these that I experience is unreal, and I'm sure that you are experiencing these as well. And it's about really leaning into that humour and about really leaning into that playfulness and getting rid of the idea that we have to be so goddamn serious all the time and that seriousness equals sacred, because it doesn't. And the more we know that spirit is about joy and fun, and the more we open creatively, intuitively and playfully, the more potent this work becomes. It's like sensual energy. In so many systems, it's branded as wrong. And the only reason for this is control. It's potent. It's so potent. It's powerful. And that is why it's been held apart from people. Laughter is potent. Laughter is powerful. And the more we get back into this place of laughter, of joy, of playfulness, fun and sensuality around our energy work, the more the power lands back in its rightful place, which is within each of us. And everyone has the potential to access this. So if you are starting out on this journey, those 5 things are that your intuition is the most powerful thing that you need to tap into. You cannot do this wrong. That becoming aware of the imprints that you're holding in your subconscious is really important, because they are affecting your journey on this, and being able to alchemize them is going to change how you experience energy healing. The energy work is multi-dimensional. It's your whole life. You weave this into every single part. It is a far cry from just being the small segment of the day where you sit and do a hands-on session. It is every part of your day. The energy work supercharges your manifestation. So if you love manifesting things, doing energy work is going to bring those goals and desires in so much faster. And lastly, that it is all about having fun. It's about joy. It's about playfulness. It's about experiencing that juice. And if you are fired up and ready to do an energy healing session right now, this here is a guided self-healing energy session just for you.